So I'm Mike, and I'm one of the Este maintainers. Some of you may probably know this library, some of you not. So before we go to talk about the React Native, let's quickly talk about what Este actually is. So Este is a kind of like a React Flux dev stack that basically provides you all the good patterns and all the things that you would have expected from actually modern application, yet we don't have any kind of top-level APIs, so it means that actually the whole code base is pretty easy and you can just start using it from the day one. So last month we thought like, what would have happened if we created a React Native application? Well, it turns out it didn't take us too much time, and today I would like to share with you 3 most important features of our React Native app that I'm pretty sure you're gonna love. So the first feature is Webpack. We love Webpack and we love all the goodies it gives us, including custom loaders, bubble transformations and all that stuff, and obviously React Hot Loader. So we thought like, what would have happened if we'd taken the Webpack to the React Native world? Well, it turns out with this small package, React Native Webpack Dev Server, it's pretty easy. It gives us all the things we would have expected from it, and it works like magic, and obviously it supports React Hot Loader. The second thing is browser polyfiles. Obviously, as our application grows, we tend to use more and more browser-specific technologies, including, for example, window fetch for handling AJAX calls to our REST API, or some library to handle promises A+. In order to keep our logic truly universal, there needs to be a way to use the same libraries in React Native as well. And it turns out there is already a solution made by one of the React Native community members, which is called React Native Browser Polyfile. And this small example actually shows how to easily polyfile, for example, window fetch, and use it in your application, like on this screenshot. So, the last feature of our new application is actually the navigation. There is no React Router native yet. There is some kind of ongoing work going on in the development branch, but for now we only have Navigator and Navigator iOS. Let's take a closer look at the Navigator. Basically, it's kind of like a low-level API that gives you all the features you would have expected from the routing library. It allows you to transition to different views and this kind of stuff. But there is a small problem with the Navigator by itself. It requires you to push your routes as you transition. So it breaks the stateless logic. It makes your components no longer reusable because you put this kind of critical kind of stuff in your components. So we thought like, we're gonna help React Router guys, and we're gonna basically help you. And we decided to create a kind of like a new routing library that we're gonna show today after the conference finishes. And here's how it looks like. Basically, it's a very, very tiny wrapper on top of the Navigator, which gives you React Router compatible API, at least it aims to. So you no longer have to define your routes as you go. You can just refer to them by name. And the question is, where are the routes now? Well, as you may expect, they are in a different file. They are all in the same file, so you can define them one after another. You can define component, you can define custom animation type, you can override the styles. You can basically do whatever you want, because that's the beauty of our stack. We give you the tools and we give you the patterns, but it's up to you how you will shape the end product. So, thank you very much for staying on the lightning talk and being with me. This is the URL of the repository. It's Este.js. The code base will be published in like 10 minutes. I just need to log into the GitHub account. Thanks again. Enjoy the night.